In the introduction of My Money My Way, Taking Back Control of Your Financial Life, Kumiko Love begins with a personal story that captures the essence of her approach to personal finance. The tale begins with an ice cream cone. Sounds simple, right? But this moment, a seemingly small and innocent treat, had a profound impact on Kumiko's life and her perspective on money. Isn't it interesting how life-changing moments can often come from the most unexpected places? Kumiko shares how her experience with spending on that ice cream cone led to a moment of realization about her own relationship with money. Have you ever had a small purchase that, in hindsight, triggered a much bigger lesson? For Kumiko, it wasn't just about the ice cream, but the way it made her reflect on her finances and the decisions she was making with her money. She began to understand that taking control of her financial life didn't require perfection, but rather awareness, intention, and the ability to make thoughtful choices. Can you relate to that feeling of realizing your spending habits might be influenced by deeper patterns or beliefs? Throughout the introduction, Kumiko sets the tone for the rest of the book, emphasizing the importance of understanding our personal relationship with money. She challenges the idea that we need to fit into a particular mold or follow strict, one-size-fits-all financial rules. Instead, she advocates for a more personalized approach, one that aligns with our values and goals. Doesn't it feel refreshing to hear that we don't have to follow a rigid set of rules to manage our money? Instead, we can create our own path that makes sense for us individually. Kumiko's story is both relatable and empowering, reminding us that our financial lives are not determined by external pressures or societal expectations. Rather, they are shaped by the choices we make every day. How liberating is it to think that we have the power to take control of our financial destiny, no matter our past experiences or current circumstances? By the end of the introduction, Kumiko invites readers to shift their mindset and start seeing their financial life as a journey, one that they can navigate in their own way. This is just the beginning of an exciting exploration into taking control of our finances and making decisions that truly reflect who we are and what we want. Are you ready to take charge of your financial future and stop feeling controlled by money? In summary, Kumiko Love's introduction to My Money My Way is a heartfelt invitation to reimagine how we approach our finances. With her personal story of the ice cream cone as the starting point, she sets the stage for a transformative journey toward financial empowerment. Ready to embark on this journey? It all begins with understanding and taking ownership of your financial choices. Chapter 1: The Power of Emotions in Financial Decision-Making. In Chapter 1 of My Money My Way, Taking Back Control of Your Financial Life, Kumiko Love delves into the important role emotions play in our financial decision-making. Have you ever found yourself making a purchase simply because it felt good in the moment? Or perhaps, have you ever noticed how stress, excitement, or even boredom can influence the way we handle money? Kumiko explores how our emotions can often drive us to make financial decisions that don't always align with our long-term goals or best interests. Kumiko begins by addressing how emotions like fear, shame, and guilt often sneak into our financial choices. How many times have we been stressed about money and ended up making impulsive purchases to feel better, even if it wasn't the best decision for our financial health? Whether it's overspending during a rough week or buying something we don't need to cheer ourselves up, our emotions can sometimes take the driver's seat when it comes to our finances. But Kumiko doesn't just focus on the negative effects of emotions, she also highlights the positive influence that understanding our emotions can have on our financial habits. Have you ever made a conscious decision to save money because you felt a sense of pride and satisfaction from being financially responsible? When we learn to connect our financial choices with our emotional values, we can start to make decisions that truly support our well-being. In this chapter, Kumiko encourages us to reflect on our emotional triggers and how they relate to our financial decisions. She asks us to consider why we buy certain things or why we may avoid financial planning altogether. Could it be that we associate money with feelings of security, power, or freedom? What if we could make conscious financial choices that align with those positive emotions instead of letting negative emotions rule our decisions? Kumiko provides simple strategies to help manage emotions in financial decision-making. She suggests that we take a step back and pause before making purchases, especially when we are feeling emotional. By taking the time to understand why we feel the way we do and recognizing when our emotions are driving us, we can make more thoughtful and intentional financial decisions. Could a moment of pause actually lead to more financial peace? The chapter also introduces the idea of creating a financial plan that aligns with our values, rather than just responding to momentary feelings. Kumiko invites us to think about how we want to feel in the future, whether it's secure, free, or empowered, and to let that vision guide our spending and saving decisions. Isn't it exciting to think that by understanding our emotions, we can take control of our finances and move toward a future that aligns with our true desires? In summary, Chapter 1 of My Money My Way is a powerful reminder that our emotions are a significant part of our financial lives. By becoming aware of how emotions influence our spending habits, we can make smarter, more aligned decisions with our long-term financial goals. Ready to take control of your financial future? It all starts with understanding the emotional triggers that influence your financial choices. Chapter 2: Identifying your financial values. In Chapter 2 of My Money My Way, Taking Back Control of Your Financial Life, Kumiko Love invites listeners to explore one of the most fundamental aspects of financial health: understanding and identifying our financial values. Have you ever stopped to think about what truly matters to you when it comes to money? Is it financial security, freedom, or something else? Kumiko walks us through the process of discovering our personal financial values and how doing so can help us make smarter, more intentional decisions with our money. To start, Kumiko challenges the idea that financial success looks the same for everyone. Have you ever felt pressure to keep up with others or follow a one-size-fits-all approach to money? Kumiko encourages us to move away from these external standards and to define financial success based on our own values. After all, what is financial success to you? Is it owning a home, traveling, having a comfortable retirement, or simply feeling secure in your day-to-day life? By identifying these personal values, you can create a financial plan that truly supports your vision for the future, rather than chasing someone else's version of success. One of the key points Kumiko highlights is that our financial values are often influenced by our past experiences, upbringing, and even societal pressures. For instance, you may have grown up in a family where saving was emphasized, making it a core value for you as an adult. Alternatively, you might place a high value on experiences like travel, influenced by the memories and joy these experiences have brought you. Kumiko encourages us to reflect on these influences and ask ourselves, what do I really care about when it comes to money? What makes me feel fulfilled, secure, and empowered? To help identify your financial values, Kumiko suggests a simple exercise: think about your happiest moments or what you are most grateful for. These moments often provide insight into what you value most. For example, you might realize that spending time with family is your top priority, which could lead you to prioritize saving for family trips or creating a financial plan that gives you more time with loved ones. Wouldn't it be incredible to make financial decisions that align with what truly matters to you, rather than reacting to external pressures or societal expectations? Once you've identified your values, Kumiko emphasizes the importance of aligning your spending with them. Have you ever felt conflicted when spending money, like when you bought something that didn't feel quite right? It might have been an impulse purchase or something that didn't truly align with your values. By understanding your core financial values, you can make purchases that bring genuine satisfaction and align with your long-term goals. 4. Example: if you value security, you might prioritize building an emergency fund. If freedom is your top value, you might focus on saving for travel or experiences that give you a sense of adventure. Kumiko also touches on the fact that identifying your values can help you make difficult decisions with more confidence. Life presents us with countless financial choices, and without a clear understanding of what truly matters to us, these choices can become overwhelming. Have you ever struggled with deciding where to put your money, whether to invest in a new car or put that money into a retirement fund? By having a clear sense of your financial values, the decision-making process becomes much easier. You can ask yourself, which choice aligns with my values and supports my long-term vision? This simple but powerful approach can help you navigate even the toughest financial decisions with clarity and confidence. Another important concept Kumiko discusses is the idea of financial boundaries. When you know what you value most, it becomes easier to set boundaries around your money. Have you ever felt pressure from friends or family to spend money in ways that didn't feel comfortable to you? Knowing your financial values can help you say no in a way that feels empowering, not guilty. Whether it's turning down an expensive outing or not overspending on gifts, setting financial boundaries is a way to protect your values and stay focused on your financial goals. Kumiko also encourages us to check in with our values regularly, as they can evolve over time. As life changes, so might our priorities. For instance, you may find that after having children, your values shift toward ensuring their education or financial future. Or, after a life-changing event like buying a home, you may prioritize saving for maintenance and repairs. Periodically reassessing your values ensures that your financial decisions continue to align with your true desires and long-term goals. In this chapter, Kumiko offers practical tips for aligning spending with your values. She suggests creating a budget that reflects what truly matters to you. Instead of following a rigid, one-size-fits-all budget, you can design one that prioritizes your core values. For example, if family time is important to you, you might allocate more funds to experiences that bring your family together, like vacations or meals out. If health and wellness are a priority, you might invest in a gym membership or healthier food options. The key is to make choices that support the lifestyle you truly want, not the one others tell you to have. In summary, Chapter 2 of My Money My Way is a transformative exploration of how understanding and identifying our financial values can lead to greater control and fulfillment in our financial lives. By taking the time to discover what really matters to us, we can make smarter, more aligned decisions that bring us closer to our goals. Are you ready to take control of your finances and make decisions that align with your true values? By doing so, you'll find that money management becomes a tool to support the life you truly want to live. Chapter 3: Creating a Budget That Reflects Your Life. In Chapter 3 of My Money My Way, Taking Back Control of Your Financial Life, Kumiko Love introduces a powerful approach to budgeting. She emphasizes that a well-designed budget isn't about limiting fun or putting financial restrictions on yourself. Instead, it's about creating a personalized financial plan that fits your life, circumstances, and goals. Have you ever felt like budgeting is a chore or that traditional budgeting methods don't work for you? Kumiko shows us that budgeting can be flexible, empowering, and aligned with your financial values. The first key message Kumiko shares is that a good budget should reflect who you are and what matters most to you. Have you ever followed a budgeting method that didn't quite fit your life? For example, you might have felt restricted by a one-size-fits-all budget or struggled to follow rules that didn't make sense for your unique financial situation. Kumiko helps us understand that a personalized budget is about creating a system that supports your lifestyle and long-term aspirations. She encourages us to think about what is truly important, whether it's saving for travel, putting money aside for family time, or focusing on career development, and use those priorities to shape our budget. Instead of simply tracking income and expenses, Kumiko suggests using your values and goals as a foundation for budgeting. How can your money best serve your dreams? For instance, if having financial freedom is one of your top values, your budget might focus on paying off debt quickly or saving for long-term investments. Alternatively, if living a rich life filled with experiences is important, you might prioritize travel or hobbies that bring you joy. A good budget will help you reflect your true priorities. Next, Kumiko introduces a budget-building method that makes the process feel less daunting. She encourages us to start by understanding our financial flow. Do you know exactly where your money is coming from and where it's going? By tracking your income and spending over a few months, you can get a clear picture of your financial situation. This isn't about judging yourself for spending on certain things but rather gaining insights into your habits. Kumiko suggests tracking all your expenses, even the small ones, because these often add up and can be surprising. Once you have an accurate picture of your financial flow, it's easier to see areas where you can make adjustments. The next step is setting financial goals. What do you want to achieve financially in the short, medium, and long term? Is it buying a home, building an emergency fund, or preparing for retirement? Kumiko helps us create actionable goals that reflect our personal desires and aspirations. Instead of vague goals like saving money, Kumiko emphasizes the importance of being specific. For example, you might aim to save $1,000 for an emergency fund within 6 months or allocate a specific percentage of your income toward investments. With clear goals, it's easier to build a budget that aligns with what you truly want. Kumiko also focuses on the importance of making room for flexibility. Have you ever felt like a strict budget was too hard to maintain? Life happens, and unexpected expenses can arise. By leaving space in your budget for flexibility, you can avoid feeling stressed when things don't go as planned. Kumiko suggests setting up categories for fun or unexpected expenses to make sure you're not feeling deprived while working toward your goals. After all, budgeting shouldn't feel like a punishment, it should feel empowering and realistic. One of the most helpful tips Kumiko provides is to categorize your spending in a way that feels natural. Instead of rigid categories, she suggests thinking about the areas of your life that matter most. Do you value health and wellness? Perhaps you'll allocate more to healthy eating, gym memberships, or self-care activities. Are you someone who loves experiences, such as traveling or dining out? Include those things in your budget, but balance them with your other priorities. Kumiko's approach to budgeting allows for freedom while still staying aligned with your values and financial goals. Another valuable takeaway from this chapter is the idea of tracking progress. Once your budget is in place, Kumiko encourages us to check in regularly to see how well we're sticking to our plan. Are you on track to meet your savings goals? Is there an area where you're overspending or underfunding? By reviewing your budget regularly, you can adjust it as necessary and stay motivated. Kumiko stresses that budgeting is not a set-it-and-forget-it process. It's something that can evolve with your circumstances. Finally, Kumiko discusses the importance of self-compassion and mindset when it comes to budgeting. Have you ever felt discouraged after looking at your budget or comparing yourself to others? Kumiko reminds us that creating a budget is a process, and we don't have to be perfect. There will be times when things don't go according to plan, and that's okay. The key is to stay focused on your long-term goals and to approach budgeting with a positive, growth-oriented mindset. Rather than seeing a budget as a restriction, think of it as a tool to create the financial life you truly want. In summary, Chapter 3 of My Money My Way teaches us how to build a personalized budget that reflects our unique lives and financial goals. Kumiko emphasizes the importance of aligning your budget with your values, creating specific financial goals, tracking your progress, and making room for flexibility. Most importantly, she encourages us to approach budgeting with self-compassion and a mindset that supports our growth. Budgeting doesn't have to be restrictive or stressful, it can be an empowering tool that helps us make smarter, more intentional decisions about our money. Are you ready to take control of your finances and create a budget that works for you? By following Kumiko's approach, you can take back control and design a financial plan that aligns with the life you want to live. Chapter 4: Building a Debt Repayment Strategy That Motivates You. In Chapter 4 of My Money My Way, Taking Back Control of Your Financial Life, Kumiko Love dives deep into the process of building a debt repayment strategy that not only works but also inspires you to take action and make progress. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by the amount of debt you have? Does it seem like the mountain of bills and payments is never ending? Kumiko offers a fresh perspective on how to approach debt in a way that feels manageable and motivating. One of the key ideas Kumiko shares is that a debt repayment strategy should be tailored to you and your financial situation. She emphasizes that there is no one-size-fits-all solution. Are you the type of person who needs a structured, methodical approach, or do you thrive when you focus on making small, consistent changes? Understanding what works best for you is the first step toward designing a debt repayment plan that sticks. Kumiko encourages readers to start by getting a clear picture of their debts. Do you know exactly how much you owe, who you owe it to, and what the terms are? She suggests creating a list of all your debts, including credit cards, student loans, mortgages, and any other outstanding balances. This list will help you gain clarity and will be the foundation of your debt repayment plan. Kumiko stresses that once you know the full extent of your debt, it's easier to take control and plan for the future. The next step Kumiko discusses is choosing a repayment strategy that resonates with you. She introduces two popular methods, the debt snowball and the debt avalanche. Have you heard of these strategies before? The debt snowball method involves paying off the smallest debt first while making minimum payments on the larger debts. This can provide a quick sense of accomplishment and motivation as each debt is paid off. On the other hand, the debt avalanche method focuses on paying off the highest interest debt first, saving you money on interest over time. Both methods have their benefits, and Kumiko encourages readers to choose the one that feels most motivating for them. But it's not just about the strategy, it's about making your plan feel rewarding. Kumiko emphasizes that staying motivated throughout the process is crucial. How do you stay motivated when repaying debt feels slow or discouraging? Kumiko suggests setting smaller, attainable milestones along the way. Rather than waiting until all your debts are paid off to celebrate, why not take time to acknowledge your progress after paying off each debt or hitting a certain savings goal? These small wins can provide the motivation needed to keep going. Another important aspect Kumiko touches on is the importance of having a why, a reason behind your desire to pay off debt. What drives you to become debt-free? Is it the freedom to travel, the desire to buy a home, or simply the peace of mind that comes with financial security? Identifying your why gives you a sense of purpose and helps you stay focused on the bigger picture. When you encounter obstacles or feel tempted to slip into old habits, remembering your why can be the key to staying on track. Along with motivation, Kumiko discusses the power of automation in debt repayment. Have you ever forgotten to make a payment or been late on a bill? Setting up automatic payments for your debts ensures that you don't miss a payment, which can help you avoid late fees and interest charges. It also takes the emotional element out of the process, no more stressing over remembering to pay bills. This simple step can significantly reduce the mental load and help keep you on track with your repayment strategy. Kumiko also highlights the importance of building an emergency fund as you pay off debt. Why would you save money while repaying debt? The idea is that having a small emergency fund can prevent you from falling back into debt when unexpected expenses arise. For instance, if your car breaks down or a medical bill comes up, having a safety net can help you avoid relying on credit cards or loans to cover the costs. Kumiko suggests starting with a small emergency fund, around $500 to $1,000, and gradually building it up as you continue to pay off your debts. Another practical tip Kumiko offers is to get creative with ways to increase your income. Have you ever thought about how small side hustles or extra work could help you pay off debt faster? Kumiko encourages readers to think outside the box. Whether it's freelancing, selling unused items, or taking on a part-time job, there are many ways to generate extra income to put toward debt repayment. By adding extra money to your debt repayment plan, you can speed up the process and feel more empowered in your financial journey. Finally, Kumiko reminds us that paying off debt is a marathon, not a sprint. It's important to be patient with yourself. Do you tend to get frustrated when things don't move as quickly as you'd like? Kumiko stresses that it's okay to go at your own pace, as long as you're making progress. Debt repayment is not about perfection, it's about consistency. Remember, even small steps forward are still steps in the right direction. In summary, Chapter 4 of My Money My Way teaches us how to build a debt repayment strategy that motivates us. Kumiko offers practical advice on creating a personalized plan, choosing a strategy that works for you, staying motivated, and automating payments. She encourages us to remember our why, set achievable goals, and celebrate small wins along the way. Additionally, she reminds us that debt repayment is a journey that requires patience, consistency, and self-compassion. With these tools and strategies, you can take control of your financial future and feel inspired to make progress on your debt repayment goals. Are you ready to start your journey toward becoming debt-free? By following Kumiko's approach, you can create a plan that inspires action and helps you achieve lasting financial success. Chapter 5: Embracing Financial Guilt-Free Living. In Chapter 5 of My Money My Way, Taking Back Control of Your Financial Life, Kumiko Love dives into an incredibly important aspect of financial well-being: embracing financial guilt-free living. Have you ever felt ashamed about your money decisions? Do you sometimes experience guilt after spending on something you truly wanted, only to feel conflicted afterward? Kumiko offers a compassionate approach to letting go of this emotional burden, encouraging readers to release the shame and guilt that can cloud our financial choices and prevent us from having a healthy mindset around money. Money and emotions are deeply intertwined. Often, people feel a sense of shame when they don't meet their own or society's expectations regarding finances. Have you ever felt judged for not saving enough or for indulging in something you didn't need? In this chapter, Kumiko explains how we have been conditioned to feel guilty about spending money, particularly on things that bring us joy or happiness. She encourages us to reframe these feelings of guilt as an opportunity to reflect on our beliefs about money and how they affect our choices. Kumiko begins by addressing the concept of financial shame. How often do you criticize yourself for your financial decisions, thinking you should have done better? Maybe you've made mistakes in the past or wish you had made different choices. Kumiko acknowledges that everyone has faced challenges with money at some point. But instead of holding on to regret or self-blame, she suggests practicing self-compassion. Being kind to yourself is crucial in the journey toward financial well-being. Instead of dwelling on past mistakes, can you shift your mindset toward learning and growing from them? By forgiving yourself for past decisions, you open the door to making healthier, more informed choices going forward. As Kumiko explains, guilt and shame are powerful emotions, but they are not useful when it comes to building a secure financial future. They only serve to keep us stuck in a cycle of negative thinking. Do you find yourself constantly battling feelings of guilt after making a purchase? Do you worry about your financial situation even when you are taking steps to improve it? Kumiko encourages us to recognize that these emotions do not contribute to our growth. Instead of feeling guilty, she advocates for shifting your focus to a more positive mindset that embraces balance and self-awareness. Kumiko also stresses the importance of embracing your financial values, your personal beliefs about money. Have you taken the time to reflect on what truly matters to you financially? Is it security, freedom, experiences, or something else? Understanding your financial values helps you align your spending with your deeper priorities. Kumiko offers practical steps for aligning your financial choices with your values, such as identifying what you truly need versus what society or others might tell you to have. For example, if you value experiences over material possessions, you might decide that spending money on travel or activities that enrich your life feels more aligned with your values than buying unnecessary items. Another key point Kumiko highlights is the power of budgeting without guilt. Are you creating a budget that allows for both saving and enjoying life? In this chapter, Kumiko stresses that budgeting should not feel like a restrictive, guilt-ridden process. Instead, it should be empowering. She suggests allocating money for fun and enjoyment while also saving and planning for future needs. By allowing yourself the freedom to spend guilt-free within your budget, you'll create a healthier relationship with money and be more likely to stick to your financial goals. Does it seem impossible to enjoy life without feeling guilty about the costs? Kumiko reminds you that spending on things that bring joy is part of the balance, and it's important to incorporate this into your financial plan. Kumiko also encourages the practice of mindful spending, which is about being intentional with your money and thinking through purchases before making them. Are you often impulsive in your spending, or do you take a moment to consider whether the purchase aligns with your values and goals? Practicing mindful spending helps you reduce unnecessary expenses and shift away from guilt-driven choices. Instead of buying things out of a sense of obligation or temporary desire, you can make purchases that align with your bigger picture. To help overcome feelings of financial guilt, Kumiko introduces the concept of financial neutrality. She asks you to think about money as a neutral tool, not a source of judgment. Money itself isn't good or bad, it's how we use it that matters. By changing how we view money, we can reduce the emotional weight associated with financial decisions. Have you ever thought of money as something that just serves a purpose in your life, rather than something that defines your worth? Kumiko suggests shifting from a mindset of financial perfection to one of financial understanding, where mistakes are seen as opportunities for growth. A practical exercise that Kumiko shares involves visualizing your financial future without guilt. Imagine a life where you've embraced your financial choices, learned from your mistakes, and let go of any shame. What would it look like if you stopped punishing yourself for past decisions? Kumiko asks you to envision a future where your financial goals are within reach, and you feel at peace with the choices you've made along the way. Finally, Kumiko offers a reminder to celebrate progress, no matter how small. It's easy to get discouraged when things aren't perfect, but every step forward counts. Have you celebrated your small financial wins today? Whether it's paying off a small debt, sticking to your budget, or saving for the future, each victory deserves recognition. By celebrating your progress, you reinforce a positive mindset that will carry you forward on your financial journey. In summary, Chapter 5 of My Money My Way is a powerful reminder to let go of guilt and shame around money. Kumiko teaches us how to embrace financial decisions with self-compassion, align spending with personal values, and create a budget that reflects both our needs and our desires. By shifting to a guilt-free financial mindset, we open ourselves up to healthier money habits, reduced emotional stress, and a more positive relationship with our finances. So, are you ready to let go of financial guilt and embrace a more empowered, peaceful way of managing your money? Kumiko's approach offers the tools to help you do just that. Chapter 6: Aligning Emotional Health with Financial Health. In Chapter 6 of My Money My Way, Taking Back Control of Your Financial Life, Kumiko Love explores a deeply important concept: aligning emotional health with financial health. Have you ever noticed how your emotions can influence your financial decisions? Do you feel stressed or anxious when it comes to managing your money? Kumiko addresses the connection between emotional well-being and financial health, offering guidance on how to integrate both for a more balanced and fulfilling life. The chapter begins by explaining how our emotions often drive our financial decisions, sometimes without us even realizing it. Have you ever bought something to cheer yourself up, only to regret it later? Or perhaps you've avoided dealing with money because it feels overwhelming or stressful. Kumiko highlights the fact that our emotional state can significantly impact our financial choices, sometimes leading to impulsive spending or neglecting to plan for the future. The key to better financial health is to recognize these emotional triggers and address them consciously. Kumiko introduces the concept of emotional spending, which occurs when we use money to cope with negative emotions. Whether it's stress, sadness, or frustration, it's easy to fall into the trap of buying things to temporarily improve our mood. But do you find that this temporary relief is often followed by feelings of guilt or regret? Kumiko encourages readers to become more mindful of these emotional spending habits. By understanding the emotional reasons behind our purchases, we can start to break free from the cycle of spending out of emotion and instead make more intentional, thoughtful decisions with our money. One of the key strategies Kumiko recommends is emotional awareness. Do you take the time to check in with your emotions before making financial decisions? Kumiko explains how being aware of our emotional triggers can help us make better choices with money. For example, if you're feeling stressed, taking a moment to pause and reflect before making a purchase can prevent impulse buying. She suggests developing habits that help us process emotions in Healthier ways, such as journaling, talking with a friend, or practicing mindfulness. By becoming emotionally aware, we can reduce the influence of emotions on our financial decisions and make choices that align with our long-term goals. In the chapter, Kumiko also emphasizes the importance of self-care in maintaining emotional health, which in turn positively impacts our financial health. Have you noticed that when you're feeling emotionally drained, it's harder to stay on top of your finances? When we neglect our emotional well-being, we may find it difficult to stay motivated or focused on our financial goals. Kumiko suggests that self-care is not just about pampering yourself, it's about taking proactive steps to maintain your emotional balance. Whether it's ensuring you have time for relaxation, seeking support when needed, or engaging in activities that bring you joy, these practices help create a solid foundation for better decision-making in all areas of life, including finances. Aligning emotional health with financial health is about more than just avoiding emotional spending. It's about building a mindset that integrates emotional well-being with smart financial practices. Are you aware of how your emotions are influencing your financial habits? By practicing emotional awareness and building healthier coping mechanisms, you can reduce the chances of making decisions that are driven by temporary emotions and instead focus on choices that support your long-term financial health. Kumiko also addresses the importance of creating a positive financial mindset. Have you ever found yourself thinking negatively about money, feeling that it's always out of reach or that you'll never be able to save enough? Negative thoughts can undermine our ability to make sound financial decisions. Kumiko suggests reframing these thoughts and focusing on gratitude for what we have, as well as maintaining a positive outlook about our financial future. This shift in perspective can lead to more empowered financial choices and reduce the emotional stress that often accompanies money management. The chapter also delves into the idea of financial resilience, which is the ability to bounce back from financial challenges and setbacks. Do you find it difficult to recover from a financial mistake or unexpected expense? Kumiko explains that building resilience in both your finances and your emotional life is key to overall well-being. By developing coping strategies for financial setbacks, such as setting aside an emergency fund or having a plan in place for debt repayment, you can feel more confident and in control of your financial life, even during tough times. Financial resilience isn't about being perfect, it's about facing challenges with a calm, grounded approach and learning from them. Kumiko offers practical exercises to help readers develop a balanced relationship with money, including ways to create a healthy financial routine. Are you building financial habits that support your emotional health? Kumiko encourages readers to integrate small but powerful habits into their daily lives, such as reviewing your budget regularly, setting financial goals, and celebrating small wins along the way. These positive habits help reinforce a sense of control and accomplishment, which in turn boosts emotional well-being. In addition, Kumiko reminds us that emotional health and financial health are not separate entities, they are intertwined. By addressing both aspects of our lives, we can create a more harmonious and satisfying relationship with money. Are you ready to align your emotional well-being with your financial practices? By recognizing the connection between emotions and money, we can make decisions that serve us in the long run and create a more peaceful, positive financial journey. In conclusion, Chapter 6 of My Money My Way provides valuable insights into how emotional health and financial health are connected. By practicing emotional awareness, self-care, and developing a positive mindset, we can make more intentional financial decisions that align with our values and long-term goals. Kumiko's approach helps us move beyond emotional spending and cultivate a healthier relationship with money, one that supports our overall well-being and life satisfaction. Are you ready to integrate emotional well-being with your financial practices and take control of your financial life? Kumiko's wisdom offers the tools to help you do just that. Chapter 7: Implementing the My Money My Way system. In Chapter 7 of My Money My Way, Taking Back Control of Your Financial Life, Kumiko Love introduces her My Money My Way system, a step-by-step guide to help you take control of your financial life in a way that aligns with your values and goals. Are you ready to take charge of your finances in a way that feels authentic and empowering? Kumiko's system is designed to help you do just that. The chapter begins by addressing the importance of creating a personalized financial plan. Do you feel like your financial journey has been guided by external factors or other people's expectations? Kumiko suggests that the first step in taking control of your finances is recognizing that your financial life is yours to design. She introduces the concept of building a financial plan that reflects your unique circumstances, goals, and values. Rather than relying on generic financial advice or trying to fit into a one-size-fits-all mold, Kumiko encourages you to create a system that works for you. Are you ready to make your financial plan as unique as your life? One of the key components of the My Money My Way system is defining your financial priorities. Have you ever found yourself spending money on things that don't truly matter to you? Kumiko emphasizes the importance of aligning your spending with your true values. This involves understanding what's truly important to you, whether it's building savings for the future, investing in experiences, or paying off debt. Once you know what matters most, you can begin to adjust your spending habits to reflect these priorities. By focusing on what aligns with your values, you can create a more intentional financial plan that brings you a sense of fulfillment and purpose. In the chapter, Kumiko walks you through the process of tracking your expenses and understanding where your money is going. Do you feel like your money disappears without you even realizing it? Kumiko explains that many people aren't fully aware of where their money goes, and this lack of awareness can make it difficult to take control. She recommends tracking your spending for a set period, such as a month, to get a clear picture of your financial habits. This can be eye-opening and empowering, as it helps you identify areas where you can cut back or reallocate funds to align better with your goals. By tracking your expenses, you gain clarity and insight into your financial patterns, which is the first step toward positive change. Kumiko also highlights the importance of setting clear and achievable financial goals. Do you know exactly what you want to accomplish with your money? Whether it's saving for a vacation, buying a home, or building an emergency fund, setting clear goals helps guide your financial decisions. Kumiko advises breaking down your larger goals into smaller, more manageable steps. This approach makes it easier to stay focused and motivated as you work toward your objectives. When you have a clear roadmap for your finances, it's much easier to stay on track and see the progress you're making. Another crucial aspect of the My Money My Way system is building a flexible budget. Are you tired of restrictive budgets that feel like they're just not realistic for your life? Kumiko recognizes that traditional budgets can often feel like a burden rather than a helpful tool. Instead of sticking to rigid categories, she encourages creating a flexible budget that adapts to your life. This allows you to make adjustments as your circumstances change, ensuring that you stay on top of your finances without feeling trapped or overwhelmed. A flexible budget helps you prioritize your spending, save for the future, and stay aligned with your goals, all while giving you the freedom to live your life. The chapter also addresses the importance of avoiding financial shame. Have you ever felt guilty about your money choices in the past? Kumiko emphasizes that taking control of your financial life isn't about perfection, it's about progress. She encourages readers to let go of the shame and guilt often associated with money mistakes and instead focus on moving forward. By implementing the My Money My Way system, you can start fresh and create a financial future that reflects your values, regardless of past missteps. Kumiko also shares practical tools and tips to help you implement her system effectively. She introduces several key strategies, including creating a spending plan, establishing automatic savings, and using debt repayment strategies. These practical tools help you stay organized and focused on your financial goals, while also simplifying the process of managing your money. By incorporating these strategies into your life, you can make the most of your financial resources and work toward long-term success. The final part of the chapter focuses on maintaining financial discipline and staying motivated. Do you find it difficult to stick to your financial goals over time? Kumiko explains that financial success is a journey, not a destination. She encourages readers to stay consistent with their financial practices, celebrate their wins along the way, and remind themselves of their larger goals. By staying motivated and maintaining financial discipline, you can continue to make progress and build the financial life you desire. In conclusion, Chapter 7 of My Money My Way offers a comprehensive and empowering guide to taking control of your financial life. By following Kumiko's My Money My Way system, you can create a personalized financial plan that reflects your unique values, priorities, and goals. Are you ready to design a financial system that works for you? Kumiko's practical tips, strategies, and encouragement provide the tools and mindset needed to take control of your finances and create a future that's both fulfilling and financially secure. Conclusion. In the conclusion of My Money My Way, Taking Back Control of Your Financial Life, Kumiko Love wraps up her empowering guide to financial freedom with a heartfelt message of encouragement. Are you ready to take charge of your financial destiny? Kumiko reminds us that managing money isn't about being perfect, it's about making conscious, informed choices that align with our values, priorities, and goals. Throughout the book, Kumiko provides a clear roadmap to building a healthier, more fulfilling relationship with money. From understanding the emotional influences behind financial decisions to identifying what truly matters to you, her practical advice empowers readers to take control of their finances without guilt or shame. In the end, it's all about embracing a mindset of empowerment, where you're in charge of your financial choices, not the other way around. One of the key takeaways is the idea of creating a personalized financial plan. Instead of following generic advice or trying to fit into societal expectations, Kumiko encourages you to design a plan that works for your unique life. This means understanding your needs, values, and goals, and making intentional financial decisions that reflect those. In this final chapter, Kumiko reiterates that financial freedom is within your reach. By using the tools and strategies outlined in the book, such as creating a budget, tracking your spending, eliminating debt, and setting clear financial goals, you can build a financial life that supports your dreams and gives you a sense of security. What's more, Kumiko stresses that it's okay to make mistakes along the way. What matters most is how you learn from those mistakes and continue moving forward. Kumiko also emphasizes the importance of self-compassion throughout the journey. The process of managing money and achieving financial stability can be challenging, but it's essential to be kind to yourself as you make progress. The goal isn't perfection, but continual improvement. Can you forgive yourself for past financial mistakes and move forward with confidence? The book concludes with a call to action for readers to apply Kumiko's teachings to their lives. Are you ready to embrace the tools and strategies provided in this book? By following the My Money My Way system, you'll be equipped to make informed, thoughtful financial decisions that align with your personal values and long-term aspirations. In the end, Kumiko leaves us with a powerful message: you are the author of your financial story. The steps you take today will shape your financial future, and by applying the principles in this book, you'll gain control of your financial life in a way that feels authentic and empowering. My Money My Way is more than just a financial guide, it's a call to reclaim your financial power and live a life that aligns with who you truly are. Ready to take back control? The journey starts now.